All right, so let's try it this way. I'm just going to shoot a little video here with my iPhone so that I can talk through it. You were asking about putting basically video in a box over top of another video, and I use this example because I had it and I thought it'd be kind of a neat little simple way to transition. That lady on the right is the owner of Virginia International Raceway. You can see the racetrack back behind them. Pretty cool. And anyway, so when we scroll through this timeline, you can see there are two layers of video. This main layer of video is this interview that you're looking at right here. So as you can see, the play line is over top of that video. There's nothing over top of it. But then when we get to that second piece of video that's over top of it, that's what we have. So as I scroll through it, it goes popping in, right? So let's say we wanted to put them so that they're talking in the corner of that video, right? So the way to do that would be to come along and move that piece of video of the ladies talking over top of this piece of video, which is, of course, these race cars going by. So the way for me to do that would be on Premiere, we have a razor tool, and that just gives you the ability to cut that video. So I'm cutting the ladies layer, right there and right there. I'll go back over to my arrow tool. This is a lot slower than I normally work, but just as a tutorial. So I got my arrow now, I can actually take that piece of video and I can move it on top. And also you can notice that the audio layer and the video layer are linked. In other words, I can't manipulate one without manipulating the other. So I'm going to unlink them because I'm going to want to change up the video. All right, so give me just a second here. So now what we have, of course, now we have them over top. And what we want to do is change the size of that so that we move them down here to the corner somewhere, up here to the corner somewhere. I'm trying to hold this right without my hand cramping. So what I need to do, I need to change, obviously, that video layer. So if I double click on it, it comes up in my preview window. I'll go up, in this case, to my effects, and there you can see I can change my scale and my position. So let's change scale first, and I'll show you as I go along. As I change the scale, you will see it go down in size, and now we're over top of the video of them playing, excuse me, of the cars going. I'm sorry, I got about 8 different things going on here. And then I'm going to change my position. I'm going to bring it over and up. So it's kind of out of the way. So now, if you go back and play that, it's going to be a hard cut. And you'll see that just go from them, and then they'll all of a sudden be in the corner of the next piece of video up there. So obviously to me, for something like that, it's pretty jarring. So what I would probably want to do is actually go from the video of the ladies talking to the car video, and then maybe bring this box in a few seconds later. So what I would probably do in a case like this is I would go down to that video layer, I would grab it, that's the video layer of the ladies talking, and I would drag it over a little ways. So now what you have is it's going to play, it's going to go to the cars, and then they'll pop up in the corner afterwards. Boom, there they are. So I'm not a big fan of that either. That's a little amateur. So from I guess for lack of better terms, from a professional area, I would probably do something, transition at the beginning of that of some sort. So let's go over to our video palette, to our video effects palette. Let's go to our video transitions. And let's say I just want to put, I'll do one kind of fancy. Let me see, how about impact rays? Now this is a pretty funny one, but I'll bring impact rays to the beginning of the video layer of them, of the little small box. And so what it's going to look like, this is going to be pretty funny. You'll see, I'll scroll across it kind of slowly if I can, and you'll see them come in like an array. So when I play it back, if I go all the way back to the conversation. We'll let it roll. It'll go to the, and then, oh yeah. So it has like a little light ray transition. You'll see them come back in. I think it's pretty funny. But you can obviously do like a dissolve in or a dissolve out, or you could have that, put like a slide transition or something like that, where it would slide in from the side and stop, or slide from the bottom up, or it could do, there's all kinds of little things. If I wanted to change the rays, let's say I want to do something else, we have all kinds of little weird ones. Let's say I do something like let me see, let's find something fun. I don't even know. Impact flash. How about, I thought we had more fun ones in this. Let me see. Radio blur. Oh, hey, how about VHS damage? I wonder what that even looks like. Let's find out. So now we'll play with the VHS damage. It'll be probably pretty weird. Actually pretty funny. So it rolls. So anyway, I would put some kind of transition at the beginning. But the main thing is that you were looking for is how to put a small piece of video into over top of another video. So obviously you have to have your primary video layer. Your full screen video has to be below the secondary video, which will be the smaller box, and then you just change the size and scale of that. Again, if I double click on it and go up to my effects, you'll see the scale is now 24 when that's normally, of course, 100. Position is also done. And you could also do something like, if I was doing this, I would probably want to give that a little depth. So I'd probably come back over to my video effects, go down perspective, and there's like a drop shadow. So I'd put a drop shadow on that little box. So you can't see it right now, but when I click on, I double click it over here, I go to my effects palette, I scroll down, I will find, there's my drop shadow. So I would increase, like for my sake, I would increase it up to like 90. So I want it to be nice and dark. And then, because you can't even see the drop shadow, I'm going to change the distance of it, and you'll see it as I change the distance or add the distance. You'll see that drop shadow come out. So there it is. So it makes it nice and thick. And again, I'm not big on the hard edges either, so you can go back to softness, and as I add softness to that, it'll do a little something like that. So it's just a little bit nicer, gives a little bit of depth and separates the two layers. Anyway, there you go. So that's best I've got for you for right now. If you have any questions, I'm going to DM you my phone number so you'll have it, and if you want to call me or something, you're welcome to. Or if you need anything else, just hit me up. Okay? I hope this helps. See ya.